your bone-in dye and you want the skin on it, so you need a package of that. You can get that for about $7. This is a very inexpensive dish, but yet extremely tasty, and it'll feed the whole family for $7, $8, $9, $10, $15, especially if you have some of these ingredients at your house. So very simple. What you're going to need is you're going to need some pearl onions, or get these mini white onions. You're going to need your package of chicken. You can do thighs, legs, or just thighs if you want to, but it's very important that you keep the skin on, because the whole idea of this dish is to have that crispy skin. You're going to need your potatoes, the small potatoes here. There's a couple different types you can use. The Yukon are the best to use, so if you can get those, get those. And this is stuff, again, that you can get right in your local grocery store. You're going to need some fresh thyme. You're going to need a few cloves of garlic, about 3 to 5 cloves. You're going to need some white wine. Yeah, extra virgin olive oil, or olive oil, whichever one you have. I'm using extra virgin today. And some salt and pepper, which I have my mixed seasoning. And then, you need peas. You can put whatever veg you want, but I wasn't paying attention, of course, when I was at the store, and I grabbed green beans, or string beans, if you would. So, grab peas. You definitely want to use the peas, not the string beans. I made a mistake, grabbed the wrong thing, so we're going to go with it and use that. And like I said, you can change anything you want. Change all these recipes how you want. Just as long as you get the base down, you can add and subtract whatever you want. So, I would have preferred the peas, because I love peas over these string beans. So we're going to go with it, okay? But again, you can add whatever you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with, we're going to get these potatoes oiled up. And before I get started on this, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Daniel Chevrolet out of Swainsboro, who sponsored my first commercial. Make sure you guys check those guys out when you need a vehicle. Daniel Chevrolet's awesome, and they've been a supporter of mine for a long time. I also want to give a shout out to all the people who are paid subscribers to my page. Thank you so much for your help. It helps make these videos, and you get super discounts. So check into that for those of you that aren't. I'd also like to give a shout out to 180 Fitness here in Statesboro, Georgia. Love those guys to death. It's a privately owned fitness center. They're awesome. They have everything you need there. Love those guys. The service is phenomenal. Also want to say thank you to Solar Seasoning, who is on Instagram. So if you check out my Instagram page, you can check out Solar Seasoning, what they have to offer. Great Cajun seasonings and a bunch of other stuff, so make sure you check those guys out. And when you get on my Instagram page, it's Celebrity Chef Joe Tarantino, and you'll be able to find some of these people on there. Another one, Chemicoto Knives, is another sponsor of mine. Thank you so much for the knives. I can't wait to get my next set. I appreciate you guys. And whoever I'm missing, I apologize. So we're going to get into this recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our potatoes. We're going to add some olive oil. I love this automatic pop-out spout here. Except for when I'm pouring it into the pan, it's going to be aggravating. So we're going to oil the potatoes down. You just want to get them all coated. We're going to leave the cap on that because we're going to need it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut our cloves of garlic in half. 3 to 5 cloves. We got about 8, a whole package of chicken. Again, $7. It's already seasoned. Cut your garlic right in half. Hope everybody's having a great day. If you haven't liked the page, please like it. Share the videos. All right, so we got our garlic in there. We're going to add some fresh thyme. And then we're going to add some of the seasoning. Salt and pepper is fine. I'm using, of course, my seasoning that I use on everything. And then what we're going to do is we're going to toss them up. Get them all coated in the seasoning. And in the olive oil. Smelling beautiful already. This is an Italian-American dish, and I believe it started in Chicago. Very popular in Chicago. And there's a million different ways, obviously, to make this. This is the most traditional way that I know. All right, so they're nice and coated, all oiled down, and we're going to set this to the side. Okay, we got our chicken. We're going to set this to the side. We're going to set our onions to the side. We're going to set our green beans to the side because these aren't going to go into the end. This is actually going to be a 2-part video because once I get everything set up and put it in the oven, and by the way, make sure your oven set it 400 degrees. This is going to have to bake in the oven after we go through the saute process for about 35 minutes. So then I'll come back on and show you the rest of how it's done, and then we can look at the presentation. It's a beautiful looking dish too, especially on a platter on the center of your table. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to get a couple saute pans. wine. We're gonna set this out of the way so you guys can see this better. I'm gonna move the cutting board because we're done with that. You see all the ingredients, super simple. I don't know where I got this super simple thing for. I say it all the time now. Super simple. But that's the idea of these videos. Great tasting food, stuff that you can buy at your local grocery store. And have a gourmet meal at home. Very easy to make. That's what I like about a lot of the different recipes with most of the recipes. Italian food is very easy and very tasty. And you can pretty much get all the stuff right in your local area. Now, if you want to go truly authentic, that's when you're going to have to go into ordering and all that other stuff. And a great person to get true, authentic Italian supplies is Mario Rosati. He's also on my Instagram page. You can find him, Mario Rosati, on Instagram. And you can also connect through me to him. And he sells all the stuff because there's a big difference. Everybody thinks that if they get something, I forget the wording that's on the packages, it's a misrepresentation of what's actually made and shipped from Italy over here. But he has everything totally authentic. So if you want to go that true authentic road, you want to order from someone like himself who can get you what is actually made in Italy. Because a lot of these packages you see in the stores are not made in Italy at all whatsoever. It says it, but it's not. And there's a way, and he has a video that teaches you about that. You just got to look him up, and he explains and how you tell the difference. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. All right, so oil the pans. That's not going to work for me. That's going to drive me nuts. Thank you, Tilt, for my table. I love this freaking thing. I bought this off of Tilt, who I was in that video with. It's come in super handy. That should be good enough. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start this on a medium heat on your stove, whether it's an electric stove, gas stove. You want on medium, you want to get the oil nice and hot because we're going to start with the skin down with the chicken. And we're going to really crisp up that the skin that's on that chicken. It's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Skin first, okay? So we're going to get these on and going. We're going to start to get those nice and hot. Don't want to add the chicken in before because then obviously you know what's going to happen. It's not going to come out right. It's going to be soggy and everything. So we'll wait for that to heat up. How's everybody doing? Where are you watching from? Tarantino. Actually, Miss Tarantino. Tarantino, that's on there. That's my partner, Miss Orchid, who we booked reservations for. I'm actually bringing this dish over to their house for her family tonight, so we can enjoy this chicken Vasuvio, and I'm making some mussels fried diavolo later on this evening. So I am accepting orders up to about 7:30. Joel, how you doing, my friend? I hope everything's working out. Hey, guys, make sure you check out Joel Elda. He's out of Vidalia, Georgia. He's an excellent pastry chef. He does all kinds. He's phenomenal with bread. So if you guys want bread, please check him out if you're in the local area. Just look him up. He'll deliver to you. Fantastic. He's very passionate about what he does. Look him up. Check him out. Awesome young man. He worked for me in one of my restaurants in Vidalia. We had a 200-seat restaurant there, and he did all my bread. He made my pizza dough for me. Phenomenal guy. Help him out. He's just started his own bread business. All right, so this should be just about ready, and if you're not sure, all you got to do is touch it, and it's beautiful. You're going to hear that singing. Not the singing from D. Martin back there, but the singing from that skin touching that oil. And that's what you want. I don't have a big enough skillet to put all these in, so I'm going to do it in 2. And these pans tongs. We're gonna let this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Don't touch it, let it brown. Set just a tad. Simple ingredients: garlic, thyme, white wine. You got your chicken, a little bit of seasoning, super easy, and it's gonna be delicious. So check out what Chicken Vasuvio is. It explains it in great detail if you're ever interested in learning what it is and where it stemmed from. Like I told you, all you gotta do is Google it. It'll tell you everything you need to know. But great dish, especially if you love dark meat, which I love dark meat. Absolutely love it. My favorite. Starting to get that nice golden brown on there. Now, oh, and another thing, when you're cooking on your stoves at home, when you add the white wine, you want to do it slowly so you don't blow your house up. Because obviously the alcohol is going to flame off. So if you add it slowly, it'll boil out instead of flaming up. And you definitely don't want to do that in your house. Just add it in there. So if you're making like a box of Riggies or something in your home, and you're underneath your stove, trust me, I've done it before. You add too much, it's going to flare up. It's going to burn that plastic filter, fan blade that you have in your vent. So very slowly add the white wine. How's everybody doing? Mark, how you doing? Nice Ranger haircut. I know you're coming Saturday. That guy never leaves me alone about my hair. Just about there, about another minute, and then we're going to turn these over. I'm going to keep this up just a little bit higher. About 3 minutes per side. You want them nice and golden brown and crisp. And then we're going to add the white wine. If you don't have, I thought I had a roasting pan. I had to go run to the store real quick and get peas, which turned into string beans. And then I got myself a couple of roasting pans. And whenever I go buy roasting pans, I got these at the Dollar General. Whenever I buy them, I double up on them. So this way, because one is never strong enough. So make sure you get a couple of them. Unless you have a nice roasting pan at your house. Oh, I also like to thank Georgia Southern. I have a couple of big catering jobs I'm doing for those guys. One is for a sorority, and I don't want to mess up the name, so I'm going to wait till she sends it to me. Thank you so much. I'm taking care of their formal on the 17th of this month. Super excited about that. Thank you so much. And we're actually getting ready to take care of another party for Georgia Southern, too. So thank you so much, Georgia Southern, and the people that are ordering for me. Definitely appreciate it. Just about to there. You hear that sound? It's a beautiful sound. Absolutely love that sound. Have my future. What do you miss? Future restaurant plans? Yes, I do. Very soon. All right, now we're going to flip these over. That's the color that we're looking for. Remember, I seasoned these with some salt and pepper. Turn these over. This one needs a little bit longer. These cans are so much better. About another minute on that one. But this is the color you're looking for. Can you guys see that? Right there. Perfect. And then it's going to crisp up even more in the oven. And by the way, these written recipes are going to be going on the supporter page. So for the actual detailed recipe of any of the videos I do from now on, they're going to be on there. So if you're a subscriber to the page, you'll get in-depth videos, and I'll be able to answer any questions for anybody that's making these dishes at home. Turn these over. The skin nice and crispy. That needs a little bit longer. A little bit longer on that one. That one looks so good. Now I'll show you what we do next. Yeah, we've started the paperwork on our corporation. We'll be opening our first brick and mortar here in Statesboro very shortly. Probably about a month to 2 months down the road, but it's definitely happening. We have all the papers. It's been a lot of meetings, a lot of planning to slowly add the white wine to this one. Okay. And one more minute, I'll add the white wine to that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the chicken and we're going to set it into our roasting dish. And then we're going to add our potatoes and saute the potatoes, then add the onions, let that saute up, and then we're going to add that to the roasting pan. And then we're going to take all of that and we're going to set it in the oven for about 35 minutes on 400 degrees. This is looking beautiful. Another minute, we can add the white wine to this one. And don't forget to check your temperature of your chicken. I say 35 minutes, it should be done. And then you're going to pull it out. We're going to add the peas or whatever vegetable that you like to add, preferably a green one. Preferably peas too, especially if you love peas. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for about another 15 minutes. So this is about an hour prep time for this dish, but very inexpensive and it's going to be fantastic. All right, we're ready for the white wine on this one. It's a beautiful thing. Remember, slowly, because you don't want it to flame up. You dump it in there, and it flames up, forget about it. There goes your eyebrows, your house, and everything. All right. So about a minute, we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to saute our potatoes and onions. Can you guys see this okay? I'll just back a little bit so you guys can see. Smells fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wait till we add the potato, the onion, the garlic, and the fresh thyme. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to add these to our roasting pan or roasting dish, whichever you're using. The skin's nice and crisp. We're going to turn the heat up on these once we get the chicken out. And we're going to add our potatoes. Gonna be delicious. Okay, so we're gonna blast the heat, and then we're gonna add our potatoes. Careful not to splash yourself, burn yourself. You can cut the potatoes into wedges too if you want to. And all we're doing is just sauteing these up. We're going to add the onion. Now obviously you would do half this recipe if you were only cooking for 2 of you. It'd be a lot easier, you're only going to need 1 pan. But I'm starving. So I can see what you guys are saying. So if you're talking to me, I'm sorry. You need to start selling those aprons. I'm working on it. I'm working on 85 billion things. Thank you so much, Mark. I will be getting a shipment of them in. Actually, I have people that want to buy the chef jackets too. Hats, t-shirts, all that's in the works. Thank you so much for that, Mark. And Mark, for you, they're 20 grand an apron. Garlic in there. Don't waste the garlic. You need the garlic. Almost ready. Remember, we're not browning them or anything like that. We're just Mark, if you were here, you could try this. We could be not sharing a glass. We could be having a glass of red wine. Mark is my buddy. He comes over all the time, brings me Italian food, brings me fresh pasta. All right, this is where I need it to be now, and what we're going to do, shut the heat off. And we're going to pour this right over. Don't forget all of the juice. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Don't waste a drop. This is all goodness. Absolutely delicious. All right, get these ovens out of the way. I'll off my gas. Turn this over here. This over here. Okay, now I can move a little bit closer to you guys so I can see what you're saying. Rachel, how are you? From Dublin. Guys, thank you so much for watching and sharing these videos. Check out by the way, for those of you, well, even if you're not local, because I travel all over the country cooking for people, doing the in-home visits, I'm changing the structure of the supporter page as far as what you get for discounts. We're going to be doing 25% off any of our services, even off the brick and mortar, whatever I have to offer, except for the merchandise. I can't do that on the merchandise, but as far as food, all my services offered, 25% off. You'll have a code that you enter in when you order from me, or when you come to the brick and mortar or whatever. There's a code that'll ask, because it's getting to be too much for me to keep up with on who's who, and I hate re-asking people when I forget who's the supporter or not. So this is easy, and it takes that out of my hands. So you guys will just put in your code number, and your 25% off will automatically come off. So there won't be a special menu anymore, but it's still going to be the same price, if you know what I mean. That 25% is going to bring it back to that $10 for some of those dishes that I had on there for you, which there was a bunch of them. So we're restructuring all that for everybody. All right, so this is what this should look like. That's what this should look like for you. We're going to put this in the oven. It's going to go in the oven for 35 minutes, and then I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to add we're going to pretend those are peas, and we're going to put the peas on top of this. We're going to put it back in the oven for about 15 more minutes, and then it's going to be done. So once I pull it back out, when it's completely finished, I'm going to go back live and show you guys how this looks, and we'll cut into it, make sure the chicken's cooked properly and all that other good stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please drop a message where you guys are at, where you're watching from, and whatever you'd like to see, I'll cook for you. And super excited for those of you that are local. And by the way, those two other restaurants, I'm not sure what state they're going in, but we plan on opening in a lot of different places. So keep loving the food, keep loving the videos, and I'll keep cooking for you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and to all my sponsors, thank you so much. God bless. Have a great night, and I'll see you in about